You have been lied to about your feelings. You have been told that vulnerability is a superpower. You have been told that letting it all out is healthy, that if you aren't constantly broadcasting your internal state, you are somehow repressed, cold, or damaged. They call it authentic living. They call it being in touch with yourself. I call it a recipe for disaster. Look at the world around you. Everyone is reactive. Everyone is a hair trigger away from an outburst, a breakdown, or a desperate cry for validation. Modern society treats emotions like a river that needs to flood the streets. We are encouraged to vent, to complain, to let our moods dictate our actions. But look where that has gotten you. Are you happier? Are you more successful? Do you feel more in control? Or are you just exhausting yourself trying to keep your head above the water while the currents of your own unchecked moods drag you under? Stop doing what everyone else is doing. Stop playing the game of emotional exposure. It is a scam designed to keep you weak, erratic, and easy to manipulate. If your mood depends on the external, on what someone said to you, on whether things went your way, on the traffic, on the weather, on the validation of strangers, then you are not a free man or woman. You are a slave. You are a puppet, and every person you interact with holds the strings. I know how you feel. You are tired of being the person who wakes up with a plan only to have the day derailed by a single rude comment from a coworker. You are sick of the late-night overthinking, the anxiety that spikes when things don't go according to your internal timeline, and the shame that follows when you realize you snapped at someone you love for no good reason. You try to use the modern hacks, mindfulness apps, breathing exercises, affirmations, but they are band-aids on a bullet wound. They don't solve the root problem. They just help you endure the misery a little longer. You feel like a fraud, presenting a calm face to the world while your insides are screaming. You feel like you are losing the battle against your own biology. This is the point where you have to decide if you are content with being a leaf in the wind or if you want to become the mountain. If you want to stop reacting and start commanding, you need to subscribe to this channel right now. We aren't here for feel-good fluff. We are here for the hard, cold, effective truth of human excellence. Join the community that prioritizes results over feelings. Now, let's talk about the alternative. The alternative isn't suppression. It isn't bottling things up until you explode. That's an amateur move. The alternative is mastery. The Stoics didn't have the luxury of modern comfort. Marcus Aurelius was leading an empire through a plague and endless war. Epictetus was a slave who had his leg broken by his master. Seneca was a statesman navigating the lethal politics of Nero's court. These men didn't have the luxury of taking a mental health day to process their trauma. They had to operate at the highest level of human capacity while everything around them was burning. And they didn't just survive, they thrived. They didn't thrive because they were emotionless robots. They thrived because they understood one fundamental truth: the gap. Between any event that happens to you and your reaction to it, there is a gap. A space. And in that space, you have a choice. Modern society tells you the event causes the reaction. They tell you, he made me angry, or this situation is stressful. The Stoics would laugh in your face. Nothing makes you angry. Nothing creates stress. The event is neutral. The event is just reality. The distress only enters your life when you judge the event as bad, unfair, or catastrophic. The Stoics taught that your ruling faculty, your mind, your reason is the only thing that actually belongs to you. Everything else is a loan from the universe. Your reputation, your bank account, your health, the opinions of others, these are external. They can be taken away at any moment. When you base your emotional stability on externals, you are playing a losing game. You are betting your peace of mind on things you cannot control. That is the definition of insanity. But what if you shifted the focus? What if you decided that your goal wasn't to change the world, but to be the person who remains unshaken by it? This is the paradigm shift. It's an identity shift. You stop defining yourself as the victim of your circumstances and start defining yourself as the guardian of your composure. Imagine you are a sea captain. A storm hits. The waves are crashing, the sky is black, the ship is rocking. If the captain starts crying, screaming, and panicking, the crew panics. The ship sinks. But a great captain. The captain stands at the wheel. He feels the storm, yes. He acknowledges the wind, yes. But he does not become the storm. He remains the captain. He makes decisions based on the objective reality of the situation, not the fear of the waves. You have to be that captain. When someone insults you, you don't jump into the mud to wrestle them. You acknowledge the insult, you weigh it against the truth, and if it's false, you discard it like trash. If it's true, you use it as data to improve. But you never, ever let it trigger a spike of cortisol that ruins your day. This is what it means to be invincible. Invincibility doesn't mean you can't be hurt. It means that the hurt cannot define your behavior. People think that emotional control means being cold. They think it means you don't feel love, you don't feel passion, you don't feel the heat of the moment. That is a lie. The Stoics were not emotionless. They felt deeply. But they had a hierarchy. They put reason at the top, and they forced their emotions to serve that reason. Think about your own life. How many opportunities have you destroyed because you reacted from a place of insecurity? How many relationships have you scorched because you needed to express your anger? That honesty wasn't honest. It was just a lack of discipline. It was you letting your animal instincts drive the car. To gain control, you must stop identifying with your thoughts. When a feeling of anger arises, observe it. Don't suppress it. Don't feed it. Just watch it. Say to yourself, I am feeling anger. Notice the difference. You are not the anger. You are the one observing the anger. The observer cannot be harmed by the emotion. The observer is the pilot. This requires daily practice. It's not something you read in a book and suddenly master. It's a muscle. You train it in the small moments. When the grocery store line is slow, don't huff and puff. Practice silence. When someone cuts you off in traffic, don't flip them off. Practice composure. When you get a rejection email, don't spiral into self-pity. Practice detachment. Every time you choose to hold your tongue instead of lashing out, you are building your kingdom. Every time you choose logic over a dramatic reaction, you are taking back your power. But here is the hard truth, you will fail. You will slip up. You will get angry, you will get anxious, and you will act like an idiot. The difference between the person who is a slave to their emotions and the person who is the master of them is not that one never fails. It's that one stops identifying with the failure. When you lose your cool, don't beat yourself up for hours. That is just another form of self-indulgence. Acknowledge the error, analyze where you let your guard down, adjust your strategy, and get back to the work. The only way to win is to stay in the game. Most people in your life are looking for an excuse to lose their minds. They are looking for drama. They are looking for someone to confirm their chaotic worldview. When you show up calm, when you show up unflappable, when you show up as an anchor in their sea of confusion, you become the most powerful person in the room. People will be drawn to you. They will trust you. They will follow you. Because in a world of frantic, reactive, scared people, calm is the ultimate form of strength. The world is not going to get easier. The obstacles are not going to shrink. The people around you are not going to suddenly become rational. If you are waiting for the world to conform to your needs so that you can finally be happy, you are waiting for a death sentence. Your happiness, your success, and your internal fortitude are your responsibility alone. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to make sure you stay balanced. You are the architect of your own inner state. You are the one who decides what enters your mind and what stays there. Stop asking for the storm to stop. Start building a stronger boat. Emotional control is not about what you say. It is about what you choose not to say. It is about the fire you keep inside that burns bright but does not consume you. It is about the ability to stand in the center of the chaos and smile, not because you are naive, but because you know that no matter what happens, you will handle it. You are not a victim of your past. You are not a prisoner of your biology. You are a human being with the capacity to transcend your impulses. You can be the calm in the center of the cyclone. But only if you stop looking for permission from society to be strong. Society rewards the loud, the reactive, and the offended. Ignore them. Let them scream. Let them panic. Let them sweat. You remain still. You remain focused. You remain in control. Your inner life is your fortress. Build it high. Build it strong. Keep the gates guarded. If you allow the rabble in, the city falls. Keep them out. The battle for your life is happening right now in the space between stimulus and response. Win that battle, and you win everything. It is time to stop apologizing for your strength. It is time to stop pretending to be as erratic as everyone else just to fit in. True power is quiet. True power is consistent. True power is you, completely unbothered, moving toward your purpose, regardless of the noise. Start today. Not tomorrow. Not after you feel better. Today. In the next moment of frustration. In the next moment of fear. Breathe. Center yourself. Choose your response. The world is watching to see if you will break. Do not give them the satisfaction. Your silence is a weapon. Your calm is a fortress. Be the mountain. Let the world break against you. Get to work.